StrengthsFinder has identified belief as one of your strengths. Certain core values that are enduring are important to you. Belief theme causes you to be family-oriented, altruistic, even spiritual. You value responsibility and high ethics. At the foundation of your life are this core set of beliefs. If you don't have an opportunity to live by your beliefs, you're going to be uncomfortable. And as a matter of fact, you will not live life as somebody who doesn't have a solid belief system as an underpinning for your life in general. Your core values affect your behavior, everything about you, and every part of your life. If you've notice these values, I'd encourage you to write them down. I'd encourage you to use them and deal with them in the context of concepts, of principles that you live by. If you're a person of faith, I would highly recommend that you build a set of doctrines that you live by. If you're not a person of faith, I would look at what your ethics and morals and the standards you live by, and set yourself your side standards. And that's what this really boils down to, is setting up standards or designing standards for your life. And I would encourage you to write those down, regardless of how you live your life, of what you live your life by. I would write these standards down, put them into some kind of a notebook where you say, look, this is the standard for my life. I'm going to live my life by this type of standard. By standard, I mean I'm going to work no longer than 60 hours a week. I'm going to take 6 hours a week to spend with my kids after work, no matter what. You see what I'm getting at? These are standards that you set. You make sure that you meet these standards, because without those standards, your belief system won't have anything to work with. So I would use these standards to help you through life and help guide you through the temptations of life, just move off into different directions and get off into different areas of your life that aren't necessarily that productive. It's really easy to waste time, and if you will write these standards down and maintain them and watch your belief system, they'll help you through life. They'll help you be more successful and watch the distractions that lead away from consistency in your life. And anything you want is consistency in standards, consistency in priorities, so that you know when a question comes up, you're going to be able to identify exactly what has to be changed in your life. You're going to be able to identify what's going wrong in your family life. You're going to help your children understand where they're moving away from the center, because in your life, the center is where all the belief system, all your beliefs are. They're where your standards reside. Your belief makes you easy to trust. People that know you say, hey, I can trust this person because they have belief. They can do that. And they may not know you have belief, but they're going to understand that this person believes at the core that there are certain things that are important, and they see you always moving back to them. They understand that you always go back to the beginning of these values and these beliefs. It also demands that you find work that meshes with your values. If you're a person of faith, it's going to be, and especially if certain types of faith, you're going to have a hard time working in certain types of environments. If you have a strong belief system wrapped around environmentalism, you're going to have a hard time working in a strip mine. It's going to tax you, and those are extreme examples. But I think you get the idea. Is you want to make sure that your belief system works well. If you have a strong commitment to technology and you love it, you're not going to work in something that's not a high technology world. Or if you have a strong belief system about about the social justice relative to children and how they're being treated in homes, and you want to help them, you should follow your belief system, follow that belief system, and allow it to work for you to help build passion and drive and desire into your life about what it is you do. Your work must be meaningful. It must matter to you. So if that's the case, and it is the case if you have belief, then this is just another side of this whole idea of making sure that you're working in something you believe in. And it could be that you work in an area that doesn't exercise this whole idea of beliefs as much, but you have something that you do after hours. Maybe family life is something you believe in extremely strongly, and you want to build a life that's based upon how these beliefs work themselves out. So here's some action items. Clarify your values by thinking about one of your best days ever. Sit down and write down and say, okay, what are the most exciting things that happened in one of my best days? 2 or 3 of your best days. But think those through. Sit down and write down what was going on, because that'll help you clarify just what was it that was going on that has you so excited. What is that you believed in so strongly that it made it a great day for you? And then don't be afraid to voice your values. think about what it is you believe and talk to people about it. If they know what your values are, if they understand what your standards are, they'll appreciate the fact that they have someone who's a stalwart, somebody who has a stable life, who has a stability built into them that doesn't waver. Actively seek roles that fit your values. We talked about that a little bit, but make it an action item. Write these things down and schedule them. Don't go into your life trying to change yourself without scheduling. It won't work. In your life, if you will write things down, if you will set your standards and you will write down dates as to when you plan to enact those standards, it'll go well for you and you'll enjoy it a lot more. Volunteer for a hospital board or a school board or run for an elected office. Find something that you can exercise your belief system in. If you have a strong belief about the political realm and you're into a school board or something, run to be the president of the board or the chairman of the board. Do that kind of thing. It'll help you to exercise what you believe, and the people around you will appreciate your solid stance on issues, and because you'll know why you believe that way, and you'll be able to articulate it well. Cultivate friends who share your basic values. I think that's one of the reasons why clubs work so well, is because if a car club that deals with classic cars, well, you're going to find a lot of people in there that love classic cars and have certain belief systems, and they have values based around maybe that classic era of the 50s or the 60s, and they want to all congregate around this issue and talk about it and enjoy those kind of values. And so you'll find that that'll be very helpful. On the other hand, partner with somebody who has a strong futuristic theme, has StrengthsFinder theme of futuristic. They'll help you to put things in context for the future and help you look forward to things that might change in your life, and painting a vivid picture of the direction in which your values will lead you. Get that in your mind, set it into your head and to your mind, and lock it away and write it down. Get it well fixed. You need to understand where your belief system's taken you, and it needs to be written down so that what you believe in is who you become. And so you need to make sure that you write that down. You can really facilitate that process well by writing it down. Other people might have other values than yours. It doesn't mean that you have to be judgmental, because having belief doesn't equate to being a judgmental type person. We're not judgmental people. It happens to be one of my themes also. And it doesn't mean that you're a judgmental person, but it does mean that people need to know where you stand, and you're not afraid to tell them where you stand. But they just understand that they have different values. They look at life differently, and that's their prerogative. They should have the ability to do that with your blessing. So this whole idea of belief, I hope it's excited your heart. I hope it gives you some insights into who you are, and you'll enjoy this whole theme of